bring the action.
Cycle to each post and try and stop at each post and explain to you what is happening there, so we can see in real life what is happening. And our hope is that the politicians here today, and thank you to the 3 politicians who turned up, we appreciate your time very much. So Darren, Eleanor and Graham, Councillor Graham Neale from Southwark. So we're hoping that you and your colleague will take back to your colleagues and explain to them when they're making comments on planning applications, whether at London level or at local level, that councillors can actually propose amendments to planning applications to put space for cycling. That's what we want to do today, because we are fed up of 20 years of policies being in place and no action. So thank you for coming. Cycle safely and cycle legally. Thank you. I apologise for this. Obviously the whole purpose of today is to try and get the message across to the politicians and journalists, so I really appreciate your support. Whilst we're waiting, I'll just explain to you what's happened here. This junction is Abbey Street and Tarbridge Road. It was the site of the terrible tragedy 2 years ago of Eilidh Carey, who was killed on a cycle as he passed through this junction. TfL have come up with proposals to deal with this junction since then, but what nobody actually picked up on was that this is a purely human-made, disastrous junction. Probably just very briefly, Great Dover Street was returned entirely from one end to the other, and as you can see, it's a street that has quite very low pedestrian traffic levels, but it's a major route between between London Bridge and South East London. The footpath is extremely widened, and there's absolutely no provision for cycling except painting on the road. It's just a real clear example of infrastructure being put in by TfL and Southwark Council where they just don't think cycling. Okay, that was just a brief one.
Hey! He's the curb. This curb. Yeah.
You backed up.
Bypass for the two dangerous junctions at Southwark Council. As you can see, it brings you out onto New Kent Road, and then no provision to link the bypass through to the pedestrian crossing. So suddenly pedestrians and cyclists are mixed up. There is an old established cycle lane here, with a beautiful telephone box. Place there for our convenience, so if you need to make a phone call on your cycle to work, you can do it. And on the other side you can see a beautiful connection to the road line. That hoarding went up around 9 months ago. It blocks the bypass, as the bypass is on the other side of that hoarding, to the left on the road that bypass the two roundabouts. What they've done is just put up the hoarding and blocked us, and so the cyclists have gone onto the road and can negotiate the two roundabouts for the entire lifespan of the huge regeneration project. The other thing that happened was, this is the Lend-Lease redevelopment I want to say for cyclists. Two cycle routes go through, two mayoral superhighways go through this regeneration project. Two local cycle routes go through this regeneration project. 120 local people submitted objections to the master plan because it had no provision for either of the two local cycle routes or for the two junction was re-digged around 2 years ago by TfL. It cost around £2 million, and the big thing that they were saying is they were going to do it safe for cycling. As you can see, cyclists get killed at left-hand turns. There's acres of space here between here and the shopping centre to create a safe left and protected safe left-hand turn. Where is it? I'm not trying to show you, but the other side of the road, there is a 20-metre cycle lane. That is completely and utterly pointless and useless. You come around the corner, you go in, 10 to 20 metres, you come out again, you go every 20 metres, you cut them into rubbish, and the standard of the engineers is just not acceptable. We need to brainwash the traffic engineers to judge standards. As you can see, absolutely no space allocated for safe cycling. And the idea is if we swing around the corner, parents who glad their child and the irony of Southwark Council and Margolies having placards and propaganda, literally propaganda, lying on the project. This demonstrates what a complete Dutch breakfast the planners have been doing. No position. Southampton Way. There's so much to tell you about this one that makes me so angry. This is on a local cycle route. You can see the little green, you can see the broken lines along there showing the cycle route. It's there's a Oliver Goldsmith School is at the end of it. There is an industrial estate on the left and there's a bus route halfway down it. Almost the entire street has been redeveloped since the policy was adopted that to give space for cycling. They haven't once given any space for cycling in any of the redevelopments, but this particular one, new one, on the corner here, it's a development by Notting Hill Housing Association. There used to be a plaza with some shops set back roughly where that the low-lying block is, and so you could see around the corner. You can see Southwark Council has built right up to the corner, providing no safe left-hand turn. Secondly, as you come around the corner, you'll then come bang whack into the pedestrian crossing. As you can see just now, the car's coming around fairly fast, and that pedestrian was lucky that he saw her. To the left, as the traffic light, is Edmund Street.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Donica for showing us round today, in spite of the weather. And it is so frustrating. You just see so many missed opportunities where new developments are going ahead, and the needs of cyclists are not being catered for. There's a lot to do from the City Hall level. Yes, we've seen big increases in investment in cycling. We've seen the cycle superhighways. Many of them far from perfect and actually need to be ripped up and redone. But I think, as Donica said at the beginning, it's not just about TfL and the Mayor of London. The boroughs have an absolutely crucial role in delivering a safer city for cyclists, and it is so sad to see so many missed opportunities here today. But congratulations to Donica and to Stop Killing Cyclists and to local campaigners, because we absolutely need to keep the pressure on and make a difference. Thank you.
Sorry I can't, I didn't get a magic wand when I got elected. Thank you for Donica for organising this. You've given up your time and you sat and you stood in the rain, and it's brilliant. But really, my advice to you is, if you give a damn, you've got to get in touch with your local councillor, especially if you live in Southwark, and just go along to his or her surgery and just say, "Councillor, WTF, cycling in Southwark," because it's obviously not working. I'd like to think that I'm an opposition councillor. I'm on the front bench for cycling and transport and environment and all that. And every now and again, my group sort of go, "Oh yeah, Graham, cycling, yeah, okay, they'll vote, won't they? Yeah, okay, do this, and that will all be good." But it's a bit of an add-on, and I hope I'm not giving too much away there, unless you guys actually organise and go to their surgeries and say, "We vote, our kids go to your schools, our parents vote, what are you doing about it?" And really, that's what community politics and local politics, I'm sure Darren will bear that out, that's what it's all about. We're all very, very insecure. We're up for election every 4 years, and unless we get re-elected, we have to stop being councillors and go away and do something else.
Bye.
The two droids are off. Thank you.